to just play it. Come after me! I'm a man! I'm 40! Can't wait! Let's go!
Yo, what is up? It's me, Siakim. We're back. We're in the building with another episode of the Hoop Dreams and TD Queens. And as always, I got my co-host, Jory, is here. What's going on today?
What's going on? Nothing much. Chilling.
It's a cold, as you can tell, I got my hoodie on. It is a cold day here in Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania dodged some snow. Well, I know my part of Pennsylvania dodged some snow.
We got storms.
Y'all can keep that snow up in Buffalo and in New York, and y'all can keep all that up there. But we got a good show for y'all today. Of course, we're gonna go over the Wildcard weekend matchups. One game is already in progress, and it looks like the Texans are up 3-0. So watching a little bit of that game before we came on. It's interesting so far. Defensive game so far. It's still early. But we got people in the chat already. Kyle, what's going on? Benny Boom is here. Ring the bell for the 76ers. What's going on? We got a good show for y'all. Go, of course, talk about some of the topics in the NBA and in the NFL, of course. And it's not no, we don't got no Lakers. Yes, we do. We do got Lakers talk, but it's not bad Lakers talk. It's just regarding a trade scenario. But let's get into the NBA right now. Joel Embiid of the 76ers is the front runner to be MVP, but he has missed some games. And we all know this season, Adam Silver has put in there. You at least have to play 65 games to even be considered for an award, whether it's MVP, defensive player, so forth and so forth. So Joel was having a monster season so far, front runner and MVP, but he has missed some games. And I believe he will not be able to be that MVP because he has to play 65 games. So if Joel was your MVP and now he's not going to be, who deserves the MVP now?
If you ask me, I feel like a few people should be in the consideration. People like Jason Tatum, Giannis should be in the consideration to get it, considering what he's doing. Jokic is what he's been doing for the past minute should be considered a favorite to get his second MVP. That's for me personally. I want to see somebody who hasn't gotten it. So I would go Jason Tatum and what he's been doing in Boston to get an MVP vote.
I'm going to go for not the obvious ones, and that's going to go to SGA at OKC.
Oh yeah.
SGA's been balling. OKC Thunder has been playing very well this season. We all seen the come up of OKC. Not saying they've been the laughing stock, but we all know they was an up and coming team, and every team has to rebuild for them to be great at some point. Okay, OKC is in the rebuild mode no more. They are the number 2 seed in the West. SGA is playing monstrous. They drafted Jalen Williams, Santa Clara and Arkansas. Good pair together. You get Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga. He gets hurt last year, so he didn't really play all this year. So this is considered his rookie year. Chet's been playing well. That whole OKC Thunder team has been playing great offensively and defensively. So I'm going to go SGA. Who, of course, been telling me 99 times a day about the Thunder. Kyle says Jason Tatum, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, SGA, and Anthony Edwards. Okay.
That's a nice list.
Got 3 Lakers in his, 3 Celtics in his
it's a little homer based.
Jason Tatum has been playing lights out though. Joel, he still might get scoring title, but of course that MVP is it going to be there with a swelled knee? I'd rather have him healthy for the playoffs. F the MVP right now. We trying to win championships. So I would rather have Joel healthy when the playoff matters. Trae Young's haircut for MVP. I can't earn.
For MVP.
Trae Young's haircut for MVP. I cannot. But no, SGA, anybody we name could be in the conversation. Of course, Giannis, of course, Jokic, definitely Jason Tatum, SGA. Let's see where this goes. It's only January. Season's halfway through because you figure the All-Star game, that's like the halfway point when it comes to the NBA. So, Joel, I'd rather you be healthy in the playoffs than, going for this MVP. So,
Better not cry about it either, because I don't want to hear it.
I don't think he's going to cry about it this season because he can't get it. Facts. We don't need MVP. We want a chip. And it's been a long time coming for the Sixers. Last time the Sixers won a championship, it was not thought of. I came the year after. So 83, I came in 84. So I didn't see a Sixers championship. I came close, but I already knew AI was not beating the Lakers in that season. So that's the last time we've been to the finals was when AI took that team to the finals against your Lakers. I was shocked that we got one in LA. And then after that, it was all she wrote. That iconic step over from this guy back here, AI. But it's definitely question. It's possible the Sixers could get, hopefully past the second round. Nick Nurse has been playing them very well. But we'll see what they do at the deadline. But we have to see. But he said David Njoku looks like the blind dread from Bad Boys. I can't. Then he said he was in 9th grade the last time we won a championship. See, I wasn't thought of yet. I was still being conceived.
I wasn't even. I was an angel next to Jesus because I wasn't even near being thought of.
Your parents was like, no, bro, we're not thinking of jury right now.
No, they were like 10.
Oh, yeah, they can't be thinking about kids at 10, and nobody's 10. Okay, Cleveland with the touchdown, so Cleveland went ahead. All right, I feel bad for Memphis. They had to go. They had to wait 25 games for Ja to come back. Ja comes back, starts cooking. The team looks alive. They got the guy back. Jaren Jackson playing well. Desmond Bane's balling. Ja's balling. And then now all of a sudden, Ja gets injured. He's done for the year. Torn labrum. And the crazy part is he didn't even hurt it in the game. It was during a fitness or I think it was practice. He hurted it. Now Desmond Bane gets the bug. I at least had the Grizzlies fighting for a play-in the way they were playing. But now Memphis is done now. No Desmond Bane, no Ja Morant. Oh my gosh, what's going on and then Marcus Smart is out again. He came back and now he's out again. So how did that trade go down with Marcus Smart? What do you think about Memphis? What they should just do now?
They are donezo. I kind of feel bad for Ja because it's like you go through what you go through to get back, and then when you get back, some other crap happens. So I really do feel for him in that aspect, and I feel for the whole team. But it's like I hope they can keep it together with some of the pieces that they have because they do have talent. You already haven't had Steven Adams since 2 years ago. You've had to mild success without your key players, but with this amount of injuries, I just pray that they can keep it together and that Taylor Jenkins prays that they can keep it together so that his job is safe.
They missing Marcus Smart in Boston. Kyle says Marcus Smart played through everything in Boston. Now in Memphis, he's missing games like crazy. I don't know. I still think that was a bad move by Boston to let go Smart. I mean, I get it. It's a business, but Marcus Smart is like Draymond on the floor. He's that emotional leader that gets the team going. Like, remember what happened with their finals run? He called out the team live, publicly. He called them out. And what happened? They went on this crazy run. So I feel like they're missing their emotional leader, vocal guy on the floor and Marcus Smart. And he was the guy that did that. So, I mean, Memphis, he was trying to do that, but without Ja Morant on that Memphis team, Smart wasn't doing nothing. I mean, they got three guys. I mean, they got three good guys, key core on their team. Jaren Jackson, Desmond Bane, and Ja Morant was the three.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, they got one now. So I mean,
he can't do it by himself.
He can't do it by himself. And I like David Roddy, but he comes off the bench guy. You still got Jaren Jackson Jr., who won Defensive Player of the Year last year. It's just they don't have nobody now. Got to step up. Titus Jones was a good, capable, serviceable backup. Y'all let him go to Washington for pennies, for peanuts. So, yeah, Marcus Smart hurt his finger. His finger. A finger injury was keeping him out. But Memphis, get ready for the lottery and a good draft pick. So when John Morant's come back, I mean, y'all have a good core to work together. And Steven Adams is out. I don't know what they're going to do with Steven Adams. Are they going to keep him? Or are they going to try to build up and get a younger Steven Adams type of player? But that's what y'all missing. So, but Memphis is done. Far from done now. Boston lost its intense play, but gained a shooter in the process. That's true. That's a fact. That's a fact. Like Porzingis. And it brought out Derek White's game. Like we already know he had game, but this year he's on a tyrant. I always liked Derek White, even when he's with San Antonio. Before he cut his hair, he had the big forehead. Well, he still got the big forehead, but it's not so noticeable now with the headband. But always liked him then. So I already knew he was going to be a stud of a player that just nobody just talks about. But I know he cooked us the times we played Boston this season. So poor Memphis. Like I said, Memphis, just get ready for your draft picks and build in the draft. That's all we can hope for Memphis. All right, here is an interesting topic here. Carmelo Anthony in number 15. Carmelo Anthony said that they gave Jokic number 15, knowing that was his number. I'm sorry, Carmelo. I didn't know you would. If you really want to be real, he was more effective in New York.
He's more known as a Knick, not a Nugget.
So Jokic's response was, well, I've been playing with 15 all the, my whole career, my, teenager. So of course, there's no knock to Carmelo Anthony about wearing 15, but I've been wearing this forever. Your thoughts on Carmelo and number 15?
You need to let that go. Because you in Denver, I don't even remember you in Denver. I might not have been alive for him in Denver. But you are more known as a Knick. You should have that energy with the Knicks. Like Kyle said, Carmelo just wanted to talk. Jokic has done more in that number 15 than what he's done a lot. And he's a better player. So get out of your feelings and just realize that your number is going to be there before you and it's going to be there after you unless you do something historically great for a franchise and they retire it. Like, come on. Being sensitive.
Carmelo probably would have maybe gotten number 15 retired if maybe they took Denver to the play, or they got in the playoffs, or maybe if they won the finals. If they won the chip, then maybe Carmelo would be great 15. But Jokic brought a championship. Jokic, 2-time MVP. I can't. Well, you might say Jokic might be a little better version of Carmelo, like scoring wise and stuff. But Carmelo, I mean, come on now, bro. Like, New York was your town, was your home. So I can see them retiring 15 at the Garden and wouldn't be mad about it. 15 in Denver, that belongs to Jokic. Hands down, point blank, period. Not taking your talent away. You was a young Carmelo, a scoring machine bucket, but your prime was in New York. That's where you made your name. That's where the Carmelo we all know was the New York Carmelo, not so much of the Denver Carmelo. I mean, you played with AI when he got traded over there. You was just coming into the league and AI got traded over there. So I gotta agree. It's Jokic's number. If you say who's the better 15 in Denver, it's clearly Nikola Jokic.
And when was his Denver years?
His Denver years. Let's look it up. Carmelo Anthony.
Because I don't remember him in Denver at all.
Let me find out. Not Carmelo. Internet. I said Carmelo Anthony, and I went to the wrestler Carmelo Hayes. He is him. We're not talking about him right now. All right. So Carmelo was in 2003 to 2011. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He spent 8 seasons in Denver. And then he went to New York. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for another 8 seasons in New York. And then he bounced around OKC, Houston, Portland twice, and then with the Lakers. I just think he was better in New York than Denver.
So he started when I was 2 in Denver. And I should remember because he left Denver when I was 10. I don't remember him in Denver. I don't remember him being known like that during those years. Maybe because my memory is just foggy, but most of his prominent years for me that I remember, the Melo that I remember was in New York.
He went to New York 2010 and 11 season. That's when he went to New York. But I just feel like he played most of his games in New York. He pretty much kept up the same scoring points per average each season. His only lowest season, so when he played in that span, was 34.1 points a game, and that was with the Knicks in 2012, 2011. That was maybe the lowest he's had. He used to score anything over 35 points a night. But you see Kyle, Melo, Andre Miller, Birdman, George Karl, Billups. Yeah, Denver did have a nice team. I'm not disputing that Denver had a nice spot, especially with Billups in Denver. And the Birdman, Chris Anderson, Andre Miller was nice too. We had Andre Miller. I was sad when Andre Miller left Philly. Then he went to Denver, or was it? Then he came. It was either he was at Denver, then he came to Philly. I forget. But Brandon says Melo was that dude in Denver though. Let's not forget him and Bron came in 2003. Yep. Him and Bron came into the same class. Melo went to the Western Conference in 2009. The Nugget squads were very competitive. The Knox wasn't. I don't know. I just feel both. He played 8 seasons in both cities. I just feel like with the Knicks, he had
more notoriety.
About him and the Knicks. That's when he was like the scoring. He was a scoring machine in both teams. I just remember him more with the Knicks, even though I know with the Denver he did go to the playoffs. I'm not sure if he went to the playoffs with the Knicks. Melo should have won MVP or Rookie of the Year in 2003. But
a lot of people
I'm not knocking Carmelo's success, his talent, anything. But I just feel like Jokic is the better 15, in my opinion. That's just me.
They would remember him as a Knick because he's in New York, and Denver wasn't getting as much attention as it is now. That's a big part of that's why a lot of people were like, he was in Denver? When I asked, I talked to people and I said, he was in Denver, and they don't remember that.
Okay, yeah, he did he did go to the playoffs with the Knicks. That's what I thought. I'm like, did he go to the playoffs with the Knicks? He did.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Carmelo just wanted to talk, but Jokic did have a response. He was just like,
that's
sweet. I need them. I need them because my Eagles. I'm not gonna be repping Eagles stuff. You pretty much tuned because we gonna get toasted by Tampa Bay on Monday. But we're gonna talk about that. Nuggets were always in the playoffs, but he was in Denver. Denver had a team. Like this is a great debate. Which Melo would you have? The Carmelo Denver or the Knicks Carmelo? You can go. In my opinion, you can go either way. You definitely can go either way. But Carmelo just having his moment. He wanted to talk. That Denver just gave him 15. So they decided not to retire your number, so Jokic could pick who he want to pick, what number he want to pick.
Exactly.
A lot of first round exit with the Knicks. With one
I remember the Paul George
series, which they lost to Paul George of Indiana. You right. I remember
That's right.
Yeah, I keep forgetting PG was with Indiana, and he had that gruesome leg injury. Jesus Christ, I'm getting old. The Knicks playoff appearance, it was the death of the Celtics' big three that led to the Brooklyn Nets trade. That's right. Everything is starting to come together. I'd definitely rather have Denver Melo, not even close. Like I said, it's debatable. It's option. It's a good debate to have. Which Melo would you have, Denver or Carmelo? Denver or New York Melo. Definitely could be a topic for cheap seats or something one day. That's definitely we want to hear y'all guys' thoughts on that. But that is Carmelo Anthony. He just wanted to talk about the number in Denver.
Just wanted to say something.
Siakam is here in trading talks. In Denver, Toronto is taking calls. I've seen Golden State possibly could go get Siakam. I've seen Philly in talks. But where do you think Siakam would be a great fit?
Make the call, Genie. Make the call, Genie. Make the call. That's all you got to do. Tell Toronto that they could take D'Angelo Russell and what's his face? Wood? Fine. And I'll take Siakam. Make the call, Genie. But still, I'm playing, but I would like to see him in LA. But that's a good fit for him. There's plenty of teams that I feel like he's a good fit. Golden State would probably need him, considering where they are. Dallas, if Dallas had the ability to do it, which I highly doubt, he can help on the defensive end, which we know Dallas don't stop much of nothing. Philly would be a good fit. The Kings will also be a good fit as well. So he's a good fit for pretty much, he's a good third piece, second to third piece. He's a good quality starter. So a lot of these teams should be on the phone.
And plus, if he goes to the Lakers, he's not. He'll get his buckets, but he won't be so ball dominant like
no
AD and LeBron is. He can create his own shot. He can go to the rack. Siakam is a great player in Toronto. Man, you can tell they just on a rebuild mode. They want to build everything around Scotty Barnes, which is okay. But you already got rid of OG. You got RJ Barrett up there. You about to possibly get rid of Siakam. So who knows where he's going to go? Philly, I can see him here next to Joel. Oh my God. I could.
That's what I said. Make the call, Genie. Make the call.
The Lakers wouldn't be bad. Like you said, you could give up Christian Wood, give up even maybe Prince, D'Lo. I heard that the Bulls is wanting D'Lo. I was like, why would the Bulls want D'Lo? No,
they
he
can
don't
take
play no defense.
They can take him for free. Take him.
Golden State is done. The Warriors ain't done. Draymond comes back this week. Everything will go back to normal. I don't know about that, Aaron. I don't know. I think the Warriors' door might be closing. Generic P can't be your number one or your primary ball handler.
If he's a Laker, he won't be.
But Ern said he'll give up Kuminga and Wiggins. And Wiggins is on the trading block too. Wiggins is also on the trading block. I'm from Chicago. We would love to have D'Lo with our squad. Hey,
take him for free. Take him. I'm tired of him. And there's no defense playing himself. Bye.
Kobe White has been balling out for Chicago. He's turned into a good player. Him and you probably might as well just build around Kobe White because they're trying to get rid of Levine. You still gonna have DeMar there, so why not? Kobe White is playing really good. He's been balling really good. I don't know if y'all keep Vooch. Maybe that's y'all heal. Do Chicago should start fresh and start with the coach. Billy Donovan got to go. Get y'all a new coach. Build through the draft. And everything else, Chicago will be all right.
Look, LeBron is not. I know LeBron is not the coach of this Lakers team because it would look completely different. it would look completely different. I'm glad they stopped letting him pick his damn players.
You don't think okay? So the Warriors ceiling isn't closed yet. We'll see how things turn around when Draymond
It's
comes. Now, if
just
Draymond
open.
comes back and they go on some type of run, we all know it was Draymond they was missing because we all know how important Draymond Green is to that team. If he goes to the Lakers, how many shots do you see him getting up with Davis playing at the high level right now?
That's a true concern, but they'll work it out. If Darvin Ham was
LaVine is
smart
heavy
and not
rumored
acting
to the
like
Lakers.
inept, ain't he always injured? That's the last thing I need. Is somebody injury prone. I already got too many of those on the squad. I don't need anybody else who's a regular presence on an injury report. Bye.
We're gonna be calling him street clothes LaVine.
Exactly. We already got street clothes with AD.
Even though we can't call
him
AD
that
street
now.
clothes because he's been balling. I can't even say nothing bad about Anthony Davis. Yeah, he's injury prone. Yep, and street clothes LaVine.
Stay away from my team. I don't need
it. But he said he will be nice for y'all though. When LaVine when he's not hurt and he's healthy, LaVine can ball. I will give you that.
When he's not healthy. When he's not hurt, and that sentence tells me everything I need to know. I'm good.
Well, LaVine wants to come to Philly and be with Nurse. I'm telling y'all, it's the Nurse effect. I got Nurse Effect T-shirts for all the Phillies fans. For the Phillies fans, it's in my lake. It's in the merch store. Y'all want to get the Philly Effect shirts? But anyway, the Nick Nurse Effect shirts is in the merch store. I did have to point that out. But we'll see where Siakam goes. Because it's I see a lot of shakeup on trade deadline day. The one player that needs to get out of a place. Somebody go get Titus Jones, please, or Kyle Kuzma. Somebody go get them from Washington.
Go get
Nobody want to play with Jordan Poole. I don't even know what Washington was thinking.
Kyle can stay there. Mr. Kuzma and his stupid closet of foolishness can stay in Washington. Go get Tyus Jones. Save him. He don't deserve that.
Besides Kyle Kuzma's outside antics in his clothing, he is a good basketball player.
And Jordan Poole, he just got to Washington and started doing whatever the heck he wanted to do.
All right, I told you it's not a show. We're not talking about the Lakers or the Dallas Cowboys, but we're not talking about Dallas. But the Lakers, we're not talking bad about the Lakers this time because we did enough of that. Devontae Murray is rumored to go there too. Now, I know a lot of Lakers fans say they do want him. Some say it's not going to work because he's ball dominant too, need the ball in his hands too. Would you like Murray or would you take a Siakam?
I trust Siakam more than I trust Murray, if we're being completely honest. It's like what the Hawks will want for DeJounte, if we're being honest, I don't think he's consistent enough to even warrant giving up what they're going to ask. Yeah, to me, I like DeJounte. He got game for real. But he's a taller, less annoying, better defensive version of D'Angelo Russell. And you already know how I feel about D'Angelo. He's too inconsistent. I would prefer Siakam over DeJounte, but I understand why people would want him here.
Braden says, do you think the Sixers could win the East? We got to get out the second round to do that first. We get out the second round, it's possible. But, I don't know yet. Okay, Texans are on a touchdown. They're winning right now, 7-14, earned with the update. Kyle says, you mean the pool party ain't fun?
No.
The Hawks are idiots and wonder why they haven't won a thing.
That's absolutely
true. If Murray goes to the Lakers, it's game over in the West. Okay.
I would prefer Siakam.
I mean, I always liked Murray. I always liked Murray when he was in San Antonio, and I was shocked that. Well, I can't say I'm shocked that San Antonio let him go because San Antonio is a rebuilding team anyway. But I was surprised that he went to the Hawks. So, but that's another dumpster fire team as well. You and Kyle both live in Atlanta, and y'all hear it from the fan base down there.
They're tired of Trae Young and his little stupid haircut, and they tired of the front office. They are tired of it.
Pool is in DC is frozen. The pool in DC is frozen. But would the Lakers turn Murray into a spot-up shooter, which is not his greatest skill?
Which is why I don't want him.
The trade deadline is going to be crazy. Will the Lakers make a move, whether it's Murray, whether it's Levine? That's the only two that I heard going to y'all. I didn't really hear anything else. I know Siakim was another one. Brandon says he likes Siakam more than Murray in LA.
See?
That's the worst haircut in history.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
I'm afraid Murray will become slightly better version of Westbrook.
Don't put me through that. Don't put me through that again. That was trauma. And it wasn't necessarily Westbrook's fault.
Oh boy, but this is heating up. I can't wait till the trading deadline because I want to see what Daryl Morey is going to do, knowing he said he's going to pursue someone else. But then there was like, oh well, we don't want to break up the chemistry that we have. Oh my God, don't play with my emotions, Daryl Morey. I'm already emotional as it is. Don't do this to me in the Sixers. Don't do this to me. Knowing we do need another piece. But anyway, it's going to heat up. I just can't wait to see who gets moved, who gets moved, who don't get moved, who to watch for. This win is disrespectful outside. Just saying Murray's fit on the floor with LeBron. All right, but we're going to go over into the NFL talk, but of course we're going to take that break, and we will be back.
What's up, everybody? It's Cottrell Simpson with Wire to Wire Sports Podcast, where we're going to cover all things breaking news, sports related. We're going to preview games, and we're also going to give you our reaction to the games that have happened before. You can catch us on Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And if you miss us there, no worries. You can also catch us on Roku with Northeast Streaming Sports Productions from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Hey, and listen, if you're not into all sports and just NFL, we have Sideline to Sideline. That's on Thursday nights from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 p.m. We'll break down the NFL week, the Thursday night game, and we'll preview all NFL action.
And if you're like me and college football is your fix, tune in every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. for Coast to Coast College Football pregame show. We'll review the previous week's action, the day's biggest games. We'll give you our pick'ems, and we'll even give you some teams that are on upset alert.
And if you don't catch us live, you can download us on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or wherever you listen to your podcast. We do also have a YouTube station, Wire to Wire Sports Podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
And that was Wire to Wire Podcast here on the Sports Empire Network. Make sure you tune in. Brandon, I did see your question. Wait, that wasn't it. How can you follow? Well, you can follow the Sports Empire Network on Facebook, YouTube. Also, Jury has a channel as well. I always keep forgetting to put her channel in the link. But it's the Jury Sports Stories. You can follow her there on YouTube. Also, my channel is linked as well on down below on the YouTube side. It should be on the Facebook side as well. So you can always follow us here. Benny says the Sixers only need 2 more pieces. Switching things over to the NFL. Oh my God, Black Monday. It went crazy all this week.
I'm sad. That just made me sad all over again.
We already knew Arthur Smith was going to get the boot. Arthur Smith got the boot. We knew about Ron Rivera. We knew he was going to be gone. We knew about Belichick. But Vrabel, that was a shocker for me. And Jury, since you're the Tennessee fan, did you or did you not see it coming?
No, I actually cried. I mean, my emotional self, I'm always gonna cry when I get blindsided, I'm gonna cry. But it's like, and then I sat and thought about it because I was kind of salty that day too. So it was like I don't necessarily agree with it, but I see why they did it. It's like with the way these past 2 years have gone, with the losing in the offensive line and discontent and all this other stuff. It was bad. Somebody had to go. And it's like, the more I read about it, they were like, Vrabel wanted full control of the roster and trying to bring Belichick to Tennessee, and Amy wasn't having that, and a whole bunch of other nonsense that I really don't think had a lick to do with the firing. Him and Rand, the new GM, weren't getting. I would love Antonio Pierce, by the way. Y'all better keep him. Mark better listen to his players. And it was because of the previous GM that I feel like Vrabel wanted full control of the roster, because John Robinson was an inept. That was the one who traded AJ Brown and then missed on a whole bunch of picks in 2021. So it's like, the players loved him too much. Most of the fans loved him too much. But when you have that type of discontent in the front office and it starts to spill out in the field and all this other losing and extra stuff, yeah, he was going to have to go. But he's still a good coach.
Where do you think Vrabel goes from here? What team's attracted to him?
He would need to go somewhere where they need a culture change. Like, if they're not used to hard-nosed losing, if they're used to losing and all of that stuff, he would need to go somewhere where they need a culture change. So it's like, where do I think? Maybe Carolina. Maybe
I feel bad for whoever goes to Carolina, because you got to deal with Pepper. I can see Vrabel in Atlanta. Vrabel, go to Atlanta, please. Go to Atlanta.
I would actually watch the Falcons again.
Or Washington. Well, Washington is rumored to get Ben Johnson. Because Washington already has their GM. They're just looking for a coach now. But it's rumored that they could go after Ben Johnson, the OC from the Lions, who's like a hot commodity right now. Ernst says Vrabel to Atlanta or Carolina. Then he wants Vrabel here as the Eagles' next coach, but Howie isn't going to let him have any type of control over the roster. Jesus.
Why?
Mary and Joseph.
Are y'all trying to fire Sirianni so quick?
I'm not trying to fire Sirianni. I think he just needs to have his seat warmed a little bit, and then next year, if he doesn't go, then yes. But it's still it's rumored it's still in play. If we don't win this game, it's possible. We've seen it happen with Peterson. Only difference is with Doug Peterson. Doug Peterson wanted to bring his own coaching staff in, and Howie and Jeff was like, no. But this is what y'all don't know about the Eagles front office. Of course, they want yes people. Who's gonna say so? But at the same time, y'all gotta let the coaches pick who they want to coach in their organization and just let them be. Your job as a GM is to go get the players for these said coaches. Your job as the owner is to oversee the GM and everything else. GM puts the players in place. Coaching does the coaching. So let him pick who the hell he want to pick to be his staff. Obviously, y'all don't know how to do it. But I'm sorry, I had to go on a little mini rant about my coach, about my front office. But anyway, Kyle says that Vrabel's son plays for the Falcons. That would be interesting. Eagles were cerebral from the first half of the season, and then it's like something hit them with some fentanyl or something. Mind you, we had issues, but nobody said anything because we were winning. I already knew we had issues. It wasn't the same team. It was just a matter of time when it was going to fall and crack on us. And look what happened. It did. But anyway, I digress. But Pete Carroll was another one that shocked the hell out of me. Didn't expect Pete to go to the move to Seattle either. And it's rumored that Dan Quinn could go to Seattle. So he would leave the Cowboys to go back to a coaching spot. He was a coach before. We all know Dan Quinn was in Atlanta and they blew that 28.3 lead. in the Super Bowl. I think that was more of Shanahan. I don't know if Quinn was calling defense. If he was, he got conservative. But
it was definitely Shanahan. We got Shanahan. I mean, the Falcons got Shanahan.
Charger job is still open, but it's heavily looking like Jim Harbaugh could go to the Chargers, and that's the perfect spot for him, in my opinion. Being a former quarterback, he knows how to work with QBs well. Justin Herbert is right there in his lap. 28-3. Yep, 28-3. Watch Pete Carroll be a pick in he said San Diego. Wink Martindale cussed out Brian Dable and rolled out. So you need a defensive coordinator.
Wait, Martindale.
What? So it was issues. It was issues between Wink Martindale and Brian Dable from the Giants. So on his way out, he cussed him out.
Why didn't we hear about this during the season? That would have made their season a lot more entertaining.
You heard it at the end of the season. But whoever needs a DC, Wink Martindale is out there. Bill Belichick.
They need to be careful.
We're gonna perfect segue into this next topic. I don't know if it's the next slide, but Jared Mayo, he's the successor with the New England Patriots. He always was the guy that's next. The reason why it wasn't a Rooney Rule, because he was already the successor. It's already set in stone. Kraft already told the NFL this is going to be the guy when Bill leaves. And word on the street was Mayo was already signed into the coach last season. So Bill is not happy right now. That's what I heard. You know, I got peeps over that I know that's reliable on the in the Patriots when it comes to news. And this is what was told to me. I was like, ooh, so I know Belichick is heated. But none we can do there. Belichick's gone. There's plenty of spots where he can go. I don't know if anybody wants to hire Arthur Smith.
No.
He can go back to being a coordinator. But we'll see definitely who is going to get the job with these teams. Raider Nation, I got something for y'all, but I'm going to let Jury go first. Maxx Crosby. Maxx Crosby, everybody on the podcast now. Maxx Crosby said on his podcast, if the Raiders do not sign Antonio Pierce, he is going to request a trade. Jury, I'll let you take this. Your thoughts on what Maxx Crosby said?
I think this is a warning to Mark Davis. Listen to your player. But on the other hand, if a certain team that does two-tone blue does decide to hire Pierce, so that means you're coming with? Because I'll definitely, that's a joke. But it's like, players are really letting you know by their play between the last month of the season when he took over or whatnot, by their how the defense kind of responded to him. They're letting you know who they want to play for. Mark Davis, Mr. Bowl Cut. You look like Rowley from Diary Kid, but we're not going to go there. Listen to your players. They are telling you, we're going to play for him. We're going to work for him. We're going to win for him. With him. Listen to your players. Don't sit here and make the same mistake twice. Don't be an idiot. You make the same mistake twice in 2 years. What does that make you? Now, come on.
Raider Nation,
Sure.
Y'all better listen and listen up wisely. What's going on, Mo? Appreciate you. Y'all better listen and listen good here. Let me take y'all back from the first time this happened. What happened when y'all got a coach that y'all didn't want and he started to make boneheaded moves and just was pure poo? Do y'all remember John Gruden? Do y'all remember that scandal? Do y'all remember what happened with the emails and he decided to resign? So what did y'all do? Okay, next man up. Y'all got And Versace, Rich Versace, he was y'all special teams coach. And y'all, he was good. The players liked him. He was respected. So y'all gave him a job at interim. What did he do? He took the dang on Raiders to the playoffs. And they lost. But what happened after that? Y'all decided to go and get Josh McDaniels. Really, when the players wanted Rich Versace, including Derek Carr, everybody in that locker room wanted Rich Versace. What happened? Y'all get Josh McDaniels. What happened with Josh McDaniels in your first season with Josh McDaniels? Y'all went nowhere. Y'all ran Derek Carr's behind out of Las Vegas. Y'all ran him out. Y'all got Devontae Adams. He was like, yes, I'm going to play with my best friend, my college teammate. Y'all rolled him out of there. Derek Carr is now in New Orleans. All right, second season comes with Josh McDaniels. Things going downhill. Y'all not giving the ball to Devontae Adams. Josh Jacobs has an issue with his contract. Y'all want to franchise this man knowing he is a great running back. Y'all don't want to pay him. Now look where y'all at. Y'all bring in Jimmy Garoppolo. Y'all bring in Jimmy G. What happens to Jimmy G? He gets hurt. He gets benched for a rookie and Aiden O'Connell. Now what happens? Mark Davis finally gets the balls enough to fire Josh McDaniels. And what happens? Antonio Pierce is right here waiting in the wings. Antonio Pierce, that first game him coaching, turned that whole team around. Their attitude, their production, they was fighting. The players, he's a former player himself, so he knows the game. And y'all really want to do this again, Mark Davis 2.0, because y'all want the bigger name. You, instead of keeping the guy you want, you went for the bigger name of Josh McDaniels. Instead of keeping the guy you want, Antonio Pierce, y'all trying to go get a Jim Harbaugh because he's a bigger name. And now y'all best defensive lineman is thinking about leaving and requesting his trade if you don't pick Antonio Pierce. He changed the culture in 8 games. 8 games. The players respect him. When they was in the locker room smoking cigars, you can just tell that whole vibe was different. Now, Mark Davis, go ahead and do this boneheaded thing again the second time and see what happens to your team and this fan base. You're going to lose Raiders fans. You're probably going to lose ticket sales. Everything's going to go downhill for you. So don't be dumb and do it twice and do it again, because look where that got you.
I mean,
but AP is the leading guy.
They scored 63 points.
63 points.
When do the Raiders score 50, much less 30? They scored 63 points. Like, come on now.
Big names don't win football games. All I'm saying is, Raider Nation, Mark Davis, this is for you in case you somehow come across this. You better sign Antonio Pierce. They said he is the leading candidate for that job. You get this man a job,
I feel like
take
that's
that interim off his name and hire him permanently so he can bring in who he wants to bring in as an OC in DC. He's able to decide what players he wants. Come on now. Maybe go out and get a quarterback, or maybe do you develop Aiden O'Connell because he didn't look half bad. But get rid of Jimmy G out of here. Sign Josh Jacobs to a deal. Get somebody alongside of Devontae Adams. The Raiders will be a playoff team. That's my rant. My rant is over. I had to get it off. Look what he did to Jack Jones. This is ridiculous.
Look what he did with Jack Jones. That's a testament to coach right there. You have it right looking at you right there. And you're just flirting with any other possibilities. I feel like the fact that they say he's a leading thing is just he's leading the competition or whatever. It's setting us up for when Mark Davis does something stupid. It's setting us up.
If I don't hear Antonio Pierce is a new coach for the Raiders, I'm gonna go off again and make another rant of whoever they pick. But listen to your team. If you don't gotta listen to these fans, but you do gotta listen to your team. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result.
Facts. And that's why I'm like, don't they can't. Mark Davis got to be smart enough to know not to make the same mistake twice. Because I'm all thoughts of him being smart and apt as a owner go out the window.
Look, he got two championships. Well, guess where it ain't? It ain't from the Raiders. It's from the Las Vegas Aces. He's putting everything into the Aces and not his own Raiders team that his dad had. Your dad had this Raiders team, and when he passed away, you got his team. It's a kick in the face.
Mm-hmm.
It's a kick in the face. But anyway, moving on. Bill Belichick. There's some rumors floating around. Bill Belichick possibly could come to the Eagles. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to Bill coming here, but again, oh my God, y'all want to start right where? Stop running. Sorry, I got critters, y'all. I got critters in cages. Bill Belichick to Philly. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but with him and Howie wouldn't be a nice mesh. Yeah, granted, he's a defensive guy. He can help on the defensive side. He just wasn't good when it came down to being a GM and picking players. Well, Bill, you wouldn't have to do that. We have a GM to do that. All you have to do is manage the team, which I know he would, because he only got 6 Super Bowls for a reason, regardless if Brady was his quarterback or not. Look, he don't have to do much. He has the quarterback in Jalen Hurts. He has the weapons. He has the running back. He has an okay defense, just needs some guidance. He has the perfect team put in place for him. Why not Belichick with the Eagles? Do you oppose to this?
I think it's a good fit. If we're being honest, it's like you're going to help develop that defense who needs help. Like, you have talent, but injuries and, regression and, the whole coordinator things kind of mess that up. You better not bark. Sorry, got Bella right over there growling. AJ would have to grow up and shut up being under Belichick, because we already know he's not going to have that. But it's like the biggest question for the Belichick to the Eagles is, how would he fix it? That's my biggest question with Belichick. It's his offensive. I have no problem with him fixing the defense. But if he could bring somebody, quality coordinator, do not bring Josh McDaniels, Philadelphia.
Or Matt
Do
Patricia.
not
I don't
do
know
that.
either of them.
Or Matt Patricia. Y'all are already tired of Matt Patricia because he's already there. But he'll do something, Matt. He'll do something special with Philly. Now, Super Bowl, I don't know. He could do something special with him.
Again, there's rumors to Dallas. Dallas, I mean, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, maybe they need a running game because Tony Pollard isn't it. Their defense isn't bad. He just, they need more key pieces. Maybe somebody on the other side to help out a CeeDee Lamb. Talent's right there. Maybe even Atlanta for Bill Belichick. They're a quarterback away in Atlanta. A quarterback. Oh my God, McDaniels or O'Brien? How about neither? But if I had to do it, I would have to go with Bill. Give me Bob.
Neither.
Bill O'Brien. Give me Bob. I don't want McDaniels. Hell no.
My dog could do better than both,
I would be fine if he goes to Atlanta. I don't want Josh McDummy nowhere near. Even though maybe he was better as offensive coordinator, we've seen the success of him as a coordinator, but as a head coach, And after the stuff that he did in Las Vegas, no, I don't want him nowhere near my team. Nope. What a package deal! I ain't hear that.
This city will riot. I promise you. They will riot down here. I join them because I don't want McDuffie. I don't
need to be on nobody's team. If he's going to have a job, it better be as a coordinator that can coordinate. He wasn't half bad with New England as a coordinator. Don't put him nowhere near making life decisions. I
don't even want McDaniels in Atlanta. He could stay in New England wherever Belichick is. Don't bring him down here.
How about he just stay jobless? How about that?
On his couch.
Yeah, because ain't nobody calling McDaniels. Nobody calling him. Go to Carolina. Him and Tepper would be great. Go ahead, go coach Carolina. Go ahead. Go over there.
They would have to free Bryce Young, though. Free Bryce Young, because they said him absolute failure.
All right, y'all. This is Buffalo Stadium right now. Buffalo Bills and the Pittsburgh Steelers game has been moved to Monday. So we getting a packed house of sports Monday. You know, Monday's MLK Day. MLK Day is usually set for NBA. It's NBA all day on MLK Day. So we're going to get NBA action in 2 games on Monday. The reason why they moved this game to Monday is because it's the blizzard going on, 65-mile-an-hour winds, and a foot of snow in Buffalo. Now, peep game, Buffalo is asking people, the fans, to shovel snow. You get paid $20 an hour, and you get complimentary food, which I didn't like the complimentary food for. What the hell is complimentary food? What are you talking about? Here's a hot dog. That's it? Like, what are we... But $20 an hour, you can't give me no more than $20 an hour in that cold. And we shoveling this snow for $20 an hour. Y'all gonna have to pay me some more money. Your thoughts about that moving the game?
Moving the game, the right idea. I mean, doing it. I wish another game would have gotten rescheduled because I feel like it's too cold to be doing anything worthwhile over in Kansas City. But that's neither here or there. But moving the game due to the conditions and it being cold, blizzardry, and dangerous, yes, I agree with that part. It's offering people $20 an hour to go snow in 2 degrees. If you want me to stay more than 1 hour, you're gonna have to give me $50 an hour. You're $1 billion franchise. You can shell out some money to pay some people to shovel the snow. Don't be cheap, Buffalo, because your fans aren't cheap when it comes to donating to other charities and whatnot. Don't do your fans like this. Don't be
$20 an hour, complimentary food, snow shovel will be provided, and you must be 18 years older.
It better be some chili or some gumbo or something hot. Not nothing no stupid old Chick-fil-A and catered stuff. No.
He said, I'm going to shovel snow for $20 an hour. He was like, for an hour and a half.
It's not even an hour and a half of shovel $60. No. That ain't even my phone bill, partner. No.
I just think that's a little crazy. No child labor laws allowed in Buffalo. But oh man, that $20 an hour. But let's see how the field's gonna be when Monday comes. Now Kansas City, I just hope y'all know how to bundle up. When my son used to play football back when he was a little guy, 8 and 9, I greased the hell out of him. And them cold games had me sitting out there in the cold and I gotta watch them. Nope. I greased everybody on his team with Vaseline on the face, his hands, arms, everything, his legs, everything. I greased him down because that Vaseline is like an extra coating. It's like extra skin and when it's cold. So I can only imagine. It's gonna be some linemen out there with no sleeves on. -10. They said it's gonna feel like -10 in Kansas City today. Them Miami people ain't gonna know. Miami ain't gonna know what hit them. They went from 86 and sunny to the frozen tundra in Green Bay.
Oh yeah, and you know how Miami do when they get in cold weather. They fold.
Oh, looks like the Titans is and I picked Cleveland in this game too. Wow.
Two.
It's a 1 minute.
My
it's
bracket.
11.
Cut it
11 my bracket already effed up. Wow, it's a minute, 11 seconds left in the half, but they did move that game to Monday night. Oh, I did that right. All right. We're going to take one more final break. We're going to go over the Wildcard weekend so far. And coming back, y'all don't want to miss it.
Hey guys, it's Pavel the Cat.
And Evan Rev Reynolds.
And we are Two Guys in Hockey Talk. We are here every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time to talk all things hockey. What do we talk about, Evan?
We talk KHL, AHL, ETHL, every HL hockey league you can think about, prospects, juniors, even the professional women's hockey league.
Yeah, we love it. And we have a website, Two Guys in Hockey Talk. So give us a follow. We got articles on all things related to hockey, and we're writing all throughout the season. So make sure you tune in. We're also on X or Twitter. You can find me at hockey_2, and
you can follow me at RevanEv. Or you can also go to twoguysandhockeytalk.com to follow everything.
We love hearing from you guys, so make sure you tune in, comment, like, give us a follow on our Facebook and YouTube page. We love hearing from you guys, and it's a blast talking all things hockey. Right, Evan?
Hey, man, it is. So, as we say every show, in the meantime and in between time,
keep your sticks on the ice. Cheers.
Cheers.
My guys over at Two Guys in Hockey Talk. I mean, if y'all are big hockey fans, make sure y'all tune in every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Sports Empire Network with Two Guys in Hockey Talk. I had a chance to go over there and talk some Flyers. Great guys when it comes to the hockey knowledge. First game here. They are missed. Oh, this ain't even it. My bad. I done got the wrong dang on thingy thing. You know what? We don't need it. I'm like, the Jags ain't up here. I got the wrong image there. My bad, y'all.
They out.
But they
sitting right next to my team.
Yeah. They're getting the snacks. They in charge of snacks. So far we got the Texans against Cleveland. And the Texans are winning right now, 24-14. CJ Stroud, 11 for 16, 236, 3 tubs. Singletary, 37 yards right now. Nico Collins, 4 receptions, 86 yards and a touchdown. Brevin Jordan, who is taking the place of Noah Brown, 1 reception, 76-yard bomb. 1 reception, 76 yards and a touchdown. Dalton Schultz also has a touchdown. I seen him doing the Fortnite dance as the celebration. Defense so far is getting to Joe Flacco. But on the Brown side of things, Joe Flacco's only been sacked 1 time, 15-19, 172 yards, and a touchdown. Look like the running game can't get going. But David Njoku, 4 catches, 64 yards. Harrison Bryant, 2 catches, 49 yards. The Browns are up 10 points at halftime. And I picked the Browns. But let's see if DJ can continue balling, or does Joe Flacco come back? We shall see. But the next game we got again, it's coming up right after this game at 8 o'clock. And you can only watch this game on Peacock. If y'all don't have Peacock, I suggest y'all do Stream East something. But you can't watch it on regular TV. You got to have Peacock for this game. It's the Dolphins and the Chiefs at Arrowhead in minus 10-degree weather. Who are you taking?
The Chiefs. The Dolphins are going to literally freeze. And for what it's worth, every time, because the Dolphins, they're the ones that had that wonky field set up where they leave everybody else out in the heat when they're the only ones that got the shade and under a fan. So it's like, it's exactly what you get when you go play a cold weather city and you do everybody else like that. I pick the Kansas City Chiefs.
Game time weather, -4.
And if you go out in that, you're borderline a psychopath.
Of course, we gonna see everybody with hoods and face masks, and of course, there's gonna be some linemen who ain't gonna have no sleeves. All that adrenaline, they ain't gonna be able to feel that. That ground gonna be cold. I know it's gonna. Oh, you get tackled on that. Oh, I know it's gonna hurt. Hopefully, Kansas City's receivers' hands ain't gonna be frozen because they can't catch for crap. But I'm still gonna take the Chiefs here. See what Patrick Mahomes does in this cold. They're used to this cold in Kansas City. I just feel like Miami coming into something totally different from 86 degrees to -4. That's a big change. That's a big weather change. The big weather change. Tyreek Hill is playing. I believe Jalen Waddle is probably going to play. Most is going to play. He's questionable. Devon Holland is questionable. Xavier Howard is out. Tony's questionable. Justin Ross is questionable. Wanye Morris, offensive tackle, is out. And McKinnon and Byron Cook are on the IR. I just feel like the Chiefs possibly might get it done. It's going to be closer than you think. It's not going to be a blowout by a long shot. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. So I didn't know CJ Stroud was this damn good. I'm a believer now. He's going with the Dolphins. I'm around the Chiefs. All right. The next game is tomorrow. So we got a doubleheader tomorrow. First game, we got the Packers going up against the Cowboys. Cowboys are perfect at home, but the Packers do own the Cowboys as well. Who do you have in this game?
I'm gonna be smart and pick the Cowboys. For them to win a playoff game. But I feel like Green Bay does have a chance to win this game if they can, because Dallas is stopping the run is a little shaky at times. So, and if you can make Micah Parsons chase people around, you have a chance instead of just giving him free pass to the quarterback. But I'm gonna pick Dallas. I feel like they have it more together than the Packers do, but I would not be surprised if Dallas did their big one and lost in the first round. Actually, I would be happy.
Aaron says Packers because the Cowboys always nosedive in January. Now, I was all excited about this game. I was going to come up here with my cheese head, but I was like, don't be dumb and because your hatred for the Cowboys. But Dallas is the better team in my opinion. But I am rooting for Green Bay to win, even though I know they're not. But for this purposes, I'm going to pick Dallas. But they're going to lose in the second round. I don't see Dallas going nowhere near nobody's NFC championship. And apparently it's either NFC or Super Bowl before Mike McCarthy gets the job. Even though Jerry Jones said his job is safe, nobody's job is safe because I do think McCarthy will be on the blocks. Do I think McCarthy's going to call a good game? I think he will, but time management is going to come bite him in the butt because he sucks at it. But I got Dallas winning this game. Another good game tomorrow night at 8. We got the Rams and the Lions. Who do you got here?
Oh, this is a hard one. This is a good pick 'em too, because you can really state cases for both teams to win the game, for both teams to win. But I do trust more. This is mainly off of coaching. I trust McVay in pretty decent situations or tight situations more than I trust Dan Campbell. He's a little too aggressive. I like it, but he's a little too aggressive. I feel like this is one of those games that's setting up to come down to a decision. And if that's the case, I'll take the Rams.
I'm also going to call upset here. I'm going to go with the Rams. The Rams has won 4 in a row. 4. Puka Nacua is out of his mind. Great receiver. You still got Cooper Kupp. Kyron Williams has been on a tear, 1,000-yard back this year. Matthew Stafford, he's been in this situation before when they won the Super Bowl. Him going back to Detroit, great story. I didn't like how Detroit was like, oh, y'all can't wear Matthew Stafford jerseys. What the hell? What you mean they can't wear Matthew Stafford jerseys in Detroit? He was the only thing y'all had that was relevant in Detroit, doing what he possibly can to win games with the talent that y'all gave him. So for y'all to say y'all can't wear Matthew Stafford jerseys in Detroit, it's straight blasphemous for me. But they did lift that ban and say they can wear that. I didn't like that at all. And Stafford's wife was pissed.
That is ugly as hell. Like, and that's
this is why I'm picking the Rams to win this game.
I'm picking the Rams. Because I'm like, that man did so much for that franchise when y'all had that man, Megatron, and a cloud of dust and a pack of crackers. Like, let's be completely all the way real right now. What? That man stuck through an 0-16 season. Like, come on now.
And then
He wanna be
Lions
ugly to
fans
him.
was salty when he won the Super Bowl. Y'all should be happy for this guy. Like, I'm picking the Rams.
That's why y'all ain't never won nothing.
I'm picking
Right
the Rams.
there.
I'm picking the Rams.
Picking the Rams.
Monday night. I just wish this game. I wish this game was tomorrow. I do wish this game was tomorrow. Eagles in Tampa. No AJ Brown. So we got to rely on Devontae Smith, Julio Jones, Quez Watkins, and OZ. Dallas Goedert, the running game, which we're not going to run because Sirianni is dumb against Tampa Bay. Now, Baker Mayfield ain't all that healthy either. Who are you taking?
The way that Philly has backslid into the playoffs really should make my brain go off and say pick the Bucks. But I don't know, man, because it's a very high possibility Philly ones and dones this year that they just lay an egg. But I also don't trust Baker Mayfield either. Baker is hot and Baker is cold. He's very inconsistent. And the way that they struggled against Carolina, I saw that game. Kind of like, what's up, cool? It kind of put things in perspective as far as my take on Baker, but he's average, and I want to pick Philly so bad, but I feel like the Bucks might win this game. But I'm picking Philly.
I'm not picking Philly, and I love the Eagles, and that's my diehard team. I'm gonna ride with them, die with them, but I'm not picking them. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this to myself. I was going to stream this game. I'm not setting myself up for failure like this. I'm not even going to wear a jersey that day. I'm not going to do anything. I got the shirt on now, but Jalen Hurts with a dislocated middle finger, but they're saying is on his throwing hand, but they're saying he's throwing deep balls. Cool said he wants to lean 50-50 towards Philly slightly. That's why I was like, this is the first time ever in the history of me being an Eagles fan, I am not excited to watch this game. I'm not. Again, rumors, there's a sense in the league circles that Nick Sirianni's job could be in jeopardy if they lose, and then Belicheck's being available is something they can move on from. Again, Doug Peterson won the Super Bowl and was fired the next year because he wanted to bring in coaches, but upper management wasn't going for that. Sirianni, like I said, I don't want the man fired. I'm never going to wish nobody to lose their job, but have his seat be a little warm. That's all. Just turn up the heat on his seat a little bit, just a tad.
Just
don't
scare
get rid
him a
of
little
him.
bit.
So
Just scare
I
him a little
mean,
bit.
I'm not picking the Eagles here. I'm just only because of we've seen the blunders in this team, and they say the same stuff every week. I love Jalen Hurts to death, but I don't need his philosophical poems he does every press conference. Show some emotion. Get mad at somebody. Bill says Belichick is not going to work with Howie, and he's not. So keep Sirianni. And get rid of the coordinators. But yeah.
Silly.
I'm taking Tampa Bay. I'm taking Tampa. And then the last game, of course, we got the Bills in Pittsburgh. Who y'all got?
Bills. The Bills are clearly the better team. I don't trust Mason Rudolph. They don't have TJ Watt. The Bills defense has anchored down a little bit. Now the only way the Bills lose this game if it's Josh Allen does Josh Allen things and just starts being a turnover machine. Which this is really right around the time. If that's gonna happen, it would happen now or the next game. But I'll pick the Bills.
I'm picking the Bills too. I don't have faith in Pittsburgh without TJ Watt. Mason Rudolph. Yeah, he's that veteran guy. He just can't get over the hump. They still got George Pickens, Deontay Johnson, Warren, and Najee Harris. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Taking Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is not winning this game. I'm taking the Bills. Taking the Bills. One more topic before we get out of here. Nick Saban retires. Alabama. He's going to go down as one of the greatest college coaches ever known. 7-time Natty winner. 12 championship titles. His postseason record is impeccable. Did you see Nick Saban retiring since you are the Roll Tide fan up here?
No, and the fact that all of this crap happened on one day, one time, once I unlock my phone, I see Mike Vrabel has been fired. Then the next time I unlock my phone, Nick Saban is retired. I'm like, what the hell is going on today? And I was really sad, but it's like, I'm glad that I was able to see that in person, watch him coach in person, be on campus when he was there. I'm glad I got to experience it. It is a little somber day, but, you know, my dad also told me everything ain't built to last. He was getting tired of the grind. It wasn't because of no NIL and none of that. He was just tired of it. And I respect that. I have no choice but to respect that. But he's definitely, if not the greatest coach college football playoffs, college football has seen, he's one of them. So don't spit that BS, cool. That is not it. Because we were killing the transfer portal.
I mean, he wasn't a fan of those, but I don't think that was the reason why. What else did he have to prove? Nothing. I would love to be at that lake. Have you seen his lakeside house? Have you seen his crib by the lake? Man. I would sit there and chill all day at the lake and be like, I'm good. He had a taste of the NFL. It didn't work. He went back to college and 7 championships later. Yeah. But there you have it, guys. Another episode in the books. Again, shout out to everybody who came through. Cool. Ern, Brandon, Kyle. Appreciate y'all. Again, we'll be here next week. Same time, same place, same channel. Always Sports Empire Network at 5 o'clock. And if y'all missed us, y'all can catch us on the Northeast streaming platform side at 7 o'clock on Roku TV. So just find Sports Northeast streaming, and y'all find us there at 7 p.m. And also subscribe to the channel. If you want to support some merch for the Sports Empire Network, it is 20% off for the rest of January. So you gotta just click the link below, and it automatically takes the percentage off for you, whether it's a tumbler, a nice hat, a shirt, whatever you desire. It's not, you don't have to, but it's definitely appreciated. We appreciate y'all. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all football. Go whoever y'all support, y'all teams out there. Don't, if you in them places where it's cold, stay warm. Get yourself a nice little hot toddy to keep you warm. Some liquor will do that for you, but don't drive and drink at the same time. Don't do that.
No, none of that.
But
and be safe, because I know that it might get worse. Because I've been in the path of some storms. It's been storming down here bad.
We're gonna get on out of here, y'all. Again, stay safe. Enjoy the rest of y'all football. Y'all have a good evening.
I mean, you can see right now, without LeBron, Lakers are struggling.
Let me tell you about a team I hate, all right? I know the Dallas Cowboys fan is here, so I had to make sure he knew how much I hate this team.
I'm ready.
I've often said that the people who run baseball, they try very hard to ruin it.
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't have a problem saying it to his face. Oh, I'm from Brooklyn. Hey, you guys any